Okay, so we want to actually simplify stuff. Simplify, leave final answers with positive exponents. Simplify, and then we're going to leave final answers with positive exponents. Okay? So here's an example of what we're going to do. Let's say we have x to the sixth times x to the negative 3 times x divided by x to the negative 6. Okay? And you can go about this any way you want. But I'll give you my suggestions. Okay. So we have a bunch of x's, some with negative, some with positive exponents. Okay. So what do we know about if something has a negative exponent? Like these two. What have we learned about those? Yes. We could put a 1 over them. So it would look kind of funny though. If I had 1 over x to the third here and then 1 over x to the third there. That's one way to handle them. The other, if you think about it, is this x to the negative third is not happy in the numerator. This x to the negative 6 is not happy in the denominator.
So you flip it.
So maybe that's what you were thinking, Ezra? So this can go down, this can go up. Let's rewrite it that way. Okay. So first step, have those negative exponents switch so they're positive. Okay. So x to the 6 stays where it's at. And then I'll just move over that x. And this x to the negative 6 that was in the bottom goes to the numerator. This x to the negative third that was in the numerator goes to the denominator. Now we have everything in positive exponents. Okay, what can we do next? Yes, Billy.
We divide them. Or well, we multiply the top and then we divide.
Okay, multiply the top. Okay, so we got x times x to the 6 times x, which I'll write as x to the 1, times x to the 6. So all of that together makes x to the
X to the 12. Or 13.
13, yeah. It's 12, then the one more makes 13. Over x to the third. And now what do we do with our exponents here? 13, take away 3. Again, I'm being thorough because it's my notes. Is x to the 10th. So there you have it. Okay. Any questions? Okay, let's move on to a second example. Let's see. 2. Let's do x to the 4th over x to the 8, y to the 3rd, and then y to the negative 4th. That's negative 4 there. So we got x to the 4th all over x to the 8th times y to the 3rd times y to the negative 4. Okay? So what shall we do now? Yeah, let's make y to the negative 4th happy. So we still have x to the 4. This negative 4 goes to the numerator. And x to the 8th was happy here. Y to the 3rd was happy there. Okay. Everybody's happy.
We have to put a multiplication sign in the top.
Yes, we could do that. So everybody's happy. What next?
We subtract.
Yeah, we're doing some division. So we have a common base with x, a common base with y. Let's subtract. Okay, so we have to do 4 minus 8, 4 minus 3. And let's see what that gives us. What's 4 take away 8? Negative 4. So that's x to the negative 4. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. So it's y to the 1. How about just y? 4 take away 3 is 1. Okay. Yeah, now we got to fix that. We have x to the negative 4 and y, right? Bring the x to the negative 4 down. So it's y in the numerator, x to the positive 4 in the denominator. Again, it's not happy in the numerator. Bring it down to the denominator, and it will be. So we're just really using all the rules that we've learned for exponents. Okay, just a couple more. Let's bring in the power rule. Number 3. Negative 8x to the negative 2 power. Okay. Negative 8x, all of that. So that's what those parentheses means. All of that to the negative 2 power. So what shall we do first? I'll give you a hint. Anytime you can, even in the beginning, if you've got a negative exponent, work with that first, especially because that's outside the parentheses. I really want to take care of that. So what does that tell me to do when it's a negative?
Multiply the number by.
Even before I do that, I'll give you a hint. It's not happy in the numerator. Yes.
Would it be negative 8x over 2?
Like this. You see what we did? So now that it's a positive, it's negative 2. I'm sorry, negative 8. So now it's 1 over negative 8x all to the second power. Okay, so now, remember what we do with that?
Yeah.
So I got 1 over negative 8 squared times x, the second power. And just simplify that. So 1 over
56 x to the second. Or 64.
X to the second. 1 over 64x to the second power. Okay. Last one. Number 4. Let's do negative 5 x to the negative 3. No parentheses. So the first question I asked before we figure this out, what is being raised to the negative third power? Just x. So who do you want to make happy?
Just X.
Just x. So how would we write that then?
Negative 5 over x.
Yeah, negative 5. It's happy. It doesn't have a negative exponent. Negative 5. And then x to the negative 3. That part's not happy. To the negative third becomes positive 3 here. So negative 5 over x to the third. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right. So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get through this. But if you do make a mistake, look over their explanation. And you'll see that more than likely it was taking something that was negative exponent and not moving it to the other position. Okay, so today we have an IXL and it's applying negative exponents.